Hey, there he is. There he is. Come on. Welcome back to the Roaring Peacock Podcast. We talk about Leeds United. Tonight we've got Warden of the North, Queen Bearer, and Able Seamen. Sam Ward is back at LUFC. Warden. Wardy.
Hello, everyone.
Wardy.
Missed you lot.
And Bigwig.
Hi, chaps.
Excellent connection, Bigwig. Incredible.
Great start.
Wow.
Okay. My neighbour's internet like last week.
We'll limp through and a bit like Leeds United. And the Prince of Darkness himself, Machievelli at Ewan Metcalf.
Good evening, folks. How are we? Good to see you, boys.
Good to see you.
Yours truly. I do some writing for the BBC. My name's Adonis. You can follow me at the Adelites.
Name dropper. You're like Jesse Marsch.
I know, bloody hell.
I'm Jurgen Klopp's best mate.
Yeah, I know. I've met him before.
We're best friends and that. We all dance at Bath. Because that's what fucking Jesse Marsch sounds like as well. I'm good at impressions.
It's bang on that.
Start as you mean to go on, Matt. Two feet in straight away.
yeah, straight away.
Let them know you're there.
Yeah, lad, that's it.
Right. We've only gotten less than an hour, so shall I go through the injury list first?
Yeah.
That might be it. There won't be much left after.
55 minutes done.
So Dallas Forshaw, Gelhardt, knee, Rodrigo, abductor, Luis Sinisterra,
player called knee.
foot, knee, he's gone as well. Both of them.
Yeah.
And his brother.
Korean lad. Yeah.
Knee is fucked. Oh.
Knee. Yeah. My knee gone. My knee gone. Korean fellow, yeah.
Liam Cooper, glute. Tyler.
What kind of injuries are these?
Not Roberts. There's his calf.
He's just injured in his head. Fucking Tyler Roberts.
Yeah, that was the next one. Orta, head.
Brad Rizzani, balls.
Leeds fans, sense of humour.
Yeah, heart.
Sick of this shit now.
Heart finished. Cardiac problems. Mental illness.
Some more good news. We might have to pay for Jean-Kevin Augustin.
Excellent. Worth every penny.
That, yeah. 43 minutes, was it?
Yeah, 48 minutes.
48.
£17.7 million. But there's £300,000 interest. So that will be 18.
Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant.
Straight in Red Bull's pockets.
Somebody worked it out. I think it's 300,000 a minute.
Wow.
YouTuber.
We should get him. We could actually use him right now, to be honest. Does he know where the net is anymore?
I don't know. Did you see him? Did you see any of those 48 minutes?
Oh, those are the best 48 minutes ever. I just play that Cruyff turn on repeat. He's worth every penny.
Okay, no. I think I could get a show reel that looks as good as that, to be honest, to be frank. Do you know what, by the way, just before we move on from injuries, what the fuck kind of injuries are them?
Yeah.
That's like, I've got a nose hair hanging out or something. Fucking glute. Your arse is a bit sore. Abductor, my stomach hurts. These are like excuses that school children give when they can't be asked going to games or something. Fucking hell. Fuck off, you
I was
faggot.
surprised to see the amount of injuries, to be honest. I didn't realise there was that many. I knew Sinisterra was a bit... He didn't look great, did he? But Cooper, Rodrigo...
They're not injuries. They're fucking... They're not injuries. They're... things you say on a note to excuse you from games, for fuck's sake.
I'm surprised it was Sinisterra's foot and not his back after trying to carry the team for 11 games.
Hey, that's good, that, Donny. I like that.
Yeah. He was hobbling around at Fulham for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we didn't take him off. He was clearly injured. And then they got him off the pitch, bit of magic spray like the 90s or something. It's not the 90s anymore. Yeah. Fucking weak as piss, these lads. Get him off.
Bit of orange segment.
Tyler Roberts, right? He's been. That's why, because they've watched him hobble around for fucking 6 years. So they're not sure what.
Where's that spray we used to use on Roberts?
Yeah.
Vanish. He's gone. Get them on.
Get one of those magnums as well.
It's quite the injury list, isn't it? Really. doesn't bode well for the Liverpool
Fucking
game.
Forshaw's been on it for 6 years as well. That's another one. Fucking should have got rid of him in summer. I mean, what the fuck? Oh, he's a new midfielder, is it? Radrazani's amazing positive quotes. Oh, it's like having a new midfielder. No, it's not. It's like having him back in the last 3 weeks and he'll be injured again. Fucking rubbish.
Paying rent on the table.
Scary thing is the last 8 games we've had a full squad. Basically, apart from
we're still
Dallas,
shit.
for sure.
We're still shit.
What are we gonna like when what are we gonna be like when we've got a few injuries when playing Liverpool? Jesus Christ!
I don't want to think. Quite honestly, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it.
Positive.
Bigwig, we'll give your internet connection a try. Tell us about Fulham.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, Fulham.
Place in
I just don't know
London.
where to go with it. So for 20 minutes, for the first 20 minutes, in some sort of control of the game. And come down, we don't score a goal. We look clueless. Oh, what do we do now? Fulham go straight chance, bang, goal. And then we just absolutely fall to pieces, don't we? That second half, a couple of chances. And don't know where to start with all of it. Just from the beginning, the team selection. What on earth? We're just going to go down Jesse Marsch route here, aren't we? But yeah, I'm flabbergasted sometimes. And the Fulham game, it just the way our season's gone, start to finish, and we knew it was coming. That we were going to get beat. You just knew it, and that's how we're turning up to games.
It's a bit like when I'm trying to understand German and I don't understand every single word of it. So I missed it because you drop out. You've got there's no volume on some of these words, or like 3 or 4 words in a sentence. So I'm like, I'm trying to understand it, and then I just completely miss it.
I got the gist.
Yeah, we got the gist. Yeah,
everyone's commenting on it now, aren't they? We can't hear a word.
I'll translate for you. I'll translate for you. We don't fucking score when we're on top. We fucking concede easy goals. Fucking players are to blame. Jesse Marsch is to blame. Everybody's to blame. We were shit. We go into every game with every team that turn up. Fulham thought the same. They've got a chance against us. That's where we're at. Everybody's got a chance against us. Weak as piss.
Exactly. You're damn right. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Wardy, we haven't seen you in a while.
No, I joined you for the misery, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a cheering you up, mate, I'm sure.
Took a break from military operations to
I wish I got back
cheer
on
yourself up.
Yeah, I know.
Get me back to Ukraine.
Yeah.
Fucking fighting Russia. Smiles more.
For me, it's just another game where the team that we played hasn't had to play well to get the win, and it's another game as well where we easily could have won. It's a game we should be winning at home against Fulham. Are you shitting me? I know they've been playing well, but come on, it's Fulham at home, and they haven't had to play well at all. I mean, the goals that they scored, it's unforgivable how we defended against them. You see some of the still shots. I actually, just before this, I rewatched the highlights as well. It's
braver man than me.
I know. Well, I wasn't gonna, but I thought I'll just give it another watch, and it's unforgivable. You cannot give
that classic Leeds United masochism there.
Yeah.
You know what? I wasn't gonna, but go on then.
Go on then.
Give me some more. you know,
pain.
There's that what is it, like type of taekwondo or karate or something where they get kicked in the bollocks constantly.
Yeah. By the end, you don't feel it. It's just annoying because we seem to be going backwards as well. That's the thing that's getting me defensively. At the start of the season, we looked all right. We looked quite solid, and we're just going backwards. And I don't know if that's the fifth that the players have in the team. We're playing quite narrow against wide teams. There you go.
Don't put that.
Don't do it, Donny.
It's unbelievable. It's It's honestly pathetic. It's honestly, and that's the sort of thing that you just. What does that come down to? You can blame Marsh all you want, but some blame has to go on the players for that, because that is just schoolboy defending.
Yeah.
Sunday league defending's better than that.
Not according not according to some bellends on Twitter. Fucking hell, it's all to do with the system. That's the system. That's the way we're coached to fucking market corners. Fucking recycled corner, you prick. You let somebody cross the ball in. He had half an hour to pick a man out.
Yeah,
and nobody bothers to mark in the box. But it's the system. It's Jesse Marsch's fault. It's badly coaching. Any Sunday league player coming out of that box for a recycled corner sees them two and goes and stands tight against them, make sure they haven't got any room to move, and finger up bum, fucking pull your hair, pull your shorts.
Do everything you can.
Yeah, fucking rubbish, man. It's a system.
Do everything you can to defend it, don't you?
The players are fucking down tools. That's fucking obvious. I mean, look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's a 7th player just on the edge of that screen there. There's 2 of their players in the box and we haven't bothered to mark. What system's that? Sorry. Tell me that one. Fucking hell.
It's just... And even their one, I don't know if you remember it, it was quite early on. The cross comes in from the left. No one marking the guy on the back post, and he's had the free shot. And you just think you look at all the centre backs and even Stroik as well. They're all bunched so closely together, and you think you're just ball watching. That isn't anything to do with the system. You're just ball watching. You're moving towards the ball. You're not looking at who's around you.
There's an argument to say that the system, because it's narrow, there is that width. So there was 3 or 4 examples where the ball went out wide. There was nobody there, and near somebody, and that could potentially be this. I don't give a fuck what the system is. If you're in your box and you're a centre half, your job is to mark people and win the ball. The number of times where we didn't mark people, the number of times, Mitrovic's first goal, that was the second goal. Mitrovic gets a free header running away from the front post. Second goal, 2 people stood unmarked in the box while there's 5 people stood there doing fuck all. I'm sorry, but Marsh is a culprit. I'm not trying to defend his system. All I hate it. I think it's an awful system. What I'm saying is, the players have got to stand up and be counted for that. And if we're going to constantly blame managers like, did they down tools under Bielsa then? Because his system worked for a bit and then it went wrong. This system seems to have worked for however many games, and all of a sudden it's completely fallible. It's awful. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking back to last season as well. It seemed to sort of for most of the back end of last season, but anybody, you get these dicks on Twitter who pretend to be, they've played Football Manager a couple of times, never played the game, telling me about systems. Your natural reaction as a centre half coming out of that box from a corner, there's 2 players there. What system says leave them unmarked? There isn't one. So it's just fucking idiots who just talk rubbish. They watched a few Bielsa videos and think they're the next protege. It's just bollocks. The players have to take some responsibility.
So one thing I would recommend is, because we watched the Marsh press conference today, and he talked about getting a psychologist in. I think that is probably quite a good idea. Yeah. I'm surprised that they don't have one. And one that I can really recommend is called Steve Peters. And he does a book called The Chimp Paradox.
Oh, yeah, I've read that. You recommended that to me.
Yeah, I got into this through Ronnie O'Sullivan, basically. And so what he talks about is there's 3 parts of the brain, essentially. You've got a monkey part, you've got a human, and you've got a computer. So this is the fantastic artwork.
Yeah,
brilliant.
I like that.
Look at that.
Play the music from Tony Hart's. What's it?
This is when someone says, "I'll do a visualization for you," but to be honest, I'm not that great of an artist. Look at that! Look at that fucking monkey.
I'm no drawer, Steve, but I'll have
a go. So yeah, basically, what the human is your rational, thinking, logical part. The monkey is the emotional, angry, feisty one that comes out every time we watch Leeds play, and the computer is the trained part of your brain. So that's your automatic. You automatically do these things, right? And that's what I would argue Jesse Marsch is at fault for when we saw that still before, is that if you are absolutely drilled in, if you're programmed into you, like Rafa Benitez used to have pieces of rope, and the player in the training sessions, and the defenders would have to keep holding these pieces of rope, so they'd only stay so far apart, so they'd be completely organised in that back line. And if you do that over and over again, obviously it trains into you to do it automatically. So in that scenario, they would have held naturally a straight line. But what Wardy said, ball watching and panicking, and that's the monkey. You've lost your head. There's no rational. There's no computer. You're completely outside of training. You're just this panicking monkey running around going, oh no, the ball. Oh no, what are they going to do?
We're banging trouble then, aren't we? If we've got to that point already after 10 games playing, let's be honest.
Yeah, man.
Pretty average team. I mean, Leicester, I thought were pretty average and made us look poor. Fulham, I mean, they could have scored 7 quite easily. Yeah. At home to Fulham, and we're talking about walking through a defence. I mean, I said it to you today, Donny. That chance for Pereira where he ran from the halfway line, it was one ball, 30 yards through 2 people, and he had a clear run on goal with nobody near him. What
Unbelievable. Thank God he passed it into Mellier's arms.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm a critic sometimes of Meslier, but he keeps us in games, you know, as
he does.
Keepers are supposed to do, aren't they? They're supposed to make saves. But how does a man run in a professional football match from the halfway line without even anybody near him?
The first time they got the ball up the pitch, they almost scored.
I know, it was nearly every time they went up the pitch, they looked like they were going to score. I mean, that's Fulham, for fuck's sake. It's not Man City, it's not Haaland.
Right, some of your comments then. Will he do it? Jesse looks very stressed out. John O'Leary, leave Marsh alone.
You're on the wrong podcast, mate. You're on the wrong podcast.
Very United podcast here. Can we get some money's worth out of JKA as a pitch roller at Thorpe Arch? Not a bad idea, Bremner's Ghost. Evening, lads, says Riot Badger. Alex!
All right, Alex.
Come on, Alex.
Good to see you, buddy. Gemma Appleby says, Wiggy! Kiss, 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 kiss. You're getting lots of kisses tonight, Wig.
Fucking hell, he's like the fanny magnet on the fucking podcast. What's going on? How many letters do you get a week, Wiggy?
That'd be telling.
Doesn't kiss and tell, does our Wig? Remember how many seasons that Gordon Strachan played with severe sciatica, sore glute?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Fall differently.
Can't be asked.
Just do head movements, Wiggy. Can't hear a word. Wiggy getting more love for his Wi-Fi connection there. Rewatching the last few games is masochism of the highest order. Nora praising Wardy's ability to rewatch Leeds game, probably some army thing. Learning how to deal with torture.
That's it. You know what it is? They said you can either go and watch videos about the horror of war to prepare you, or you can rewatch fucking Leeds Fulham. It's your choice.
No, I'll do it.
No.
Armstrong and Aldrin were in less space. Very good, Riot.
Fucking terrible.
We know Mitrovic.
Mitrovic even.
Mitrovic. How did your autocorrect get that, Bremner?
I think it's intentional, isn't it?
Know somebody called Motri. Why hasn't he taken out the first time he went near the ball? It's a great point. Let's talk about that.
Cooper, to be honest, historically has actually done a number on him, and this was the first game probably where he's not, and I don't understand what's changed. It's quite a good battle that I've always remembered between Fulham and Leeds, Mitrovic and Cooper. To be honest, Cooper always had his number. I just don't know what happened. I don't know why on that first goal Cooper was not marking him, because they always seem to have a good tussle, didn't they?
I remember it. I remember Mitrovic elbowing Ben White in the face.
Yeah.
I was like, not Ben White. Look at his face.
Best centre back we've had in
years.
Not the
money maker.
Yeah.
Not the money maker. Leave the money maker well out of it.
Best centre back since Rannaby.
He's going to be on Love Island next year, for fuck's sake.
I'm going to say,
Is he?
No, he probably would, to be fair.
I wouldn't put it past him.
He looks like he belongs on it.
Yeah, he does. He does.
To be honest, he could probably be on Love Island and still mark better in our box than fucking Cooper and all this. Fucking hell.
The team we could have had, eh? What you could have won.
What we could have won. Cavarashella.
Yeah.
Rui Paul.
Right, Badger. Marsh is 100% chimp. Just had to put that in before we forget about the psychology 101 class that I just gave. Computer stored 100% chimp programming and runs them when doing subs. Like, I would say that because you can see him sort of jumping around. He gets very emotional on touchline, doesn't he? And his lineups and his subs seem to be panicked and haphazard. Yeah. Does he pick them out of a bingo?
Here we go.
Right? Is like the segue into that?
Segued in perfectly there to the when we watched the. we're gonna. Did me and you just watch that on our own? Was anybody else invited to this press conference?
No, it was just.
I watched it.
Yeah, we watched the presser today. Did you watch it? Did you watch it, Warden? So
yeah, I did. Yeah.
We didn't want to get all. Oh, we sat and watched the presser together today, but we're going to do it, aren't we? But we played. We played bullshit. We played.
You're invited
bullshit.
Next time, Warden.
Yeah. Everybody's invited.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No competition. But fucking Marsh, bullshit bingo. You can literally this group. It's a bit like what's his name? Snake. What's
Monk.
it called? Monk. This group, psychology.
Right, the gravity of the situation. Yeah. We need to pull together.
Bravery, pull together. We're all in this together.
Working behind the scenes.
I'm angry. Working a bit on the next ball is.
Working behind the scenes.
He said at one point, "I'm not dumb." And me and Donny just went. Not sure about that one.
I'm annoyed. I'm angry.
I'm angry.
Grunning-Kruger effect. The Dunning-Kruger effect, where you're not smart enough to know you're not smart.
I hate losing. I hate losing. It's the worst. I'm angry. It's the worst losing record I've ever had in my career.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah. I'm sick. Yeah, he said I'm sick of giving away stupid goals. I'm sick of not converting chances. I've never heard him sing like that, and you could see in his face and everything, his body language. He was annoyed.
Threw the players under the bus, didn't he?
Exactly, threw them under the bus.
Yeah. I'm annoyed.
I'm
sick of bullshit. I'm just absolutely sick of his bullshit. If he's sick of bullshit, and he's sick of everything else, right? His bags and piss off.
You just reminded me of your Steve. You reminded me of your Steve then.
Yeah, I knew it, but God, man. Fuck me.
Fuck off! I hate him, the
bastard. The Wiggy brothers about to drive Marsh to the airport themselves.
Gladly.
Do you know what it is though? He threw players under the bus because he questioned people's mentality, psychology, ability to stand up when they need to be counted. I mean, I'm not being funny. Most of the players that are there, some of the players that are there, he's brought in himself. And a lot of players that he hasn't were already there last year, and he was praising them when they were winning. So he's kind of turning like the tide on the players, And I think we can all see that there's players who look like they're having a bad spell, but he's done the complete opposite of Bielsa. It would have, what Marsh did, which is really not clever. It's actually a bit thick, but Bielsa would have said it's completely me, right?
Yeah.
What Marsh did was go, this is on me. If results continue like this, you've got to look at me. I'm accountable for this. But then threw the players under the bus, saying
but
it's like, fucking
some of these bastards.
Yeah. Snidey bastard. Snidey young bastard, yeah.
That was proper snide, wasn't
it? One thing I would say about Mitrovic, just before I forget, we had 3 centre-backs on the pitch. And we let our right back mark him. And that worked so well that in the second half, we decided not to mark him at all.
I know,
yeah. Hey, here's the thing, lads. Do it from the fucking start. Get your biggest lads on the biggest bastard.
Absolutely ridiculous. When he had that free header from a corner in the second half.
Yeah.
My eyes popped out. I had to put my eyes back in my skull. What are you doing?
So bad.
That's incredibly stupid.
And the thing is, as they go back to the system scenario. Has the system changed since the first 3 or 4 games when we looked really solid? Defence looked good, looked dangerous, pressing was brilliant. Everybody's playing as an individual. You look at the pressing. Aronson's running to go close the ball down, and the guy's got 3 options on, and nobody's bothering to close down. It's like It's not a system thing. I think the players have either fallen out of love with him, the system, everything, and have down tools because it's just not working. And it's everything, the closing down, the pressing. I mean, have a go at the players here. No matter what system you're in, you know how to pass a football, don't you? Well, we don't. We can't make 3 or 4 passes, with intent. It's just awful. It's everything about it looks laboured and looks. I don't know.
And we showed that last pod with the pass completion stats. Yeah. Where we're bottom of the Premier League.
Yeah.
For medium and long passes. The only type of pass we can make
3 yards.
5 yards. That's it. That's the only type of pass we can make. Effectively, and even then we're about 16th in the league.
I think the thing that really annoys me most about this system, whilst we're on the system, is that you've got Sinisterra, Harrison, and Aronson, which are very good players. And how you're not utilising them. You think any other team, if they got into another team with a different system, they'd be flying. They'd be scoring goals. They'd be assisting. A different manager in our team, you think they'd be doing exactly the same. And just not utilising our best players up front. Yeah, we've got strikers issues. We know that. Utilise the other players that we've got that are genuinely really good players that can score goals. As soon as you start trying to win it up the top of the pitch and then not actually do anything with it, it just seems to rely on luck to score more than anything. It doesn't seem like once you get to the attacking third, we don't really know what we're doing. And you just think if these really top class players were properly drilled in a system where they stick out wide because guess what, they're fucking wingers and that's what they should be doing, then I feel like they'd be getting so much more. And it's just not utilising the good players that we've spent big money on as well is just criminal for me. And that's the bit that really annoys me.
Wani Himena.
You're right,
Oh, sorry.
No,
go on, Bigwig.
Sorry, Adonis.
No,
I just want to follow up on what Ward is saying. They're good wingers.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
If you look at Sinisterra for starters, if we can have him wide, isolating him with the full back, he's going to rinse him. If he's forced to play inside, he's just running into trouble all the time. And he have a clue how to handle him. But because he was just inside, the full set easy. And if he's wide, and if he Deckard overread wide, isolating him, he's going to do it every time. And same with Harrison on the other side, You probably haven't heard the fuck all of that, have you?
No, I got it.
No, we got the gist. Got the gist. Yeah, all good.
Try to play with some bastard wit.
Yeah. So what I was going to say is,
I had Harrison down it.
Along the same lines is Wani Himena, and I don't want to keep bringing up Bielsa, but he did share a Bielsa speech, and I checked out the full one, a couple of days ago, and part of that lecture that Bielsa was giving was about width and how when you have your two wingers pushed right onto the touchline, it opens up all this space in the middle.
Yeah.
And everybody knows it. I mean, like you said, Mac, everyone thinks they're a tactical genius these days because they've watched one video on Bielsa. Well, I did watch one video on Bielsa.
And you are a genius.
You're that man. You're it. You're it.
But if you don't spread the players, you aren't going to spread the opposition. And so if it's fine to think, okay, we want to get all of our players in the middle because that's the most dangerous area of the pitch. But if you don't put a couple of players wide, all of their players are going to be in the middle as well, and it's just going to be completely congested. No wonder we can't make a pass.
But it says, you know what? It's not even about being a football genius. It's fuck all to do with it. This is the thing. People get all romantic about football and genius and throw these words about loosely and I tell my 9-year-old, I tell my kids when they were playing, make use of the pitch, spread the pitch out. It's a big pitch. Make sure you use it. Go and find the space. Where's the space on the pitch? Fucking, it's not. You don't have to be Bielsa or any football tactician. That's what the pitch is for. You use
sounds better when Bielsa says it, though, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it sounds more intelligent.
Sounds
more intelligent when Bielsa says it.
Yeah.
Make use of the pitch.
Yeah, but he's worked out a way to
you little pricks.
He's worked out.
Calm down, Ewan. They're only 9.
I know. Yeah, he's worked out a way
to
make it sound like a bloody science, and there is a science to football, admittedly, but it's not. It's a bit like the marking thing. You tell kids to do that, making use of the pitch and using width. You tell kids to do that. Using the ball and getting in little triangles and working together. You tell kids to do that. Anybody who's having to go in and tell professional footballers, Liam Cooper, Luke Ayling, whoever else who's played for years and years and got to the level that they have,
Marking men in the box during a set piece.
We're wasting our time. You shouldn't have to tell people to do that. It's a given. It's like you tell children to do that, and you'd be upset if my kids didn't mark in the box like that. I'd be telling them. And if they couldn't see that there was some area out wide where there was some width to go and exploit, you'd have to tell your children. You'd go, do you know what? You need to be coming out. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
A few more comments then. Gordon White. Good evening, fellas. Good evening, Gordon.
Evening.
And Stephen Cressy. Hi, Adonis. It's Uncle Steve. There you go.
All right, Uncle Steve.
Come on, fam. Come on, the fam. Riot Badger says, Marshokism. Nice little play on words there. We play Liverpool and the team starts handing sick notes. Hey, is there 6 of them?
Hey, is Pontus Jansson back?
5. Five. The sick note 5. To improve our defense, we can get Hesco Bastions back as a sponsor. Okay. Great comment there. Evening, lads. Thanks for lifting the mood up a bit, says Paul Homboy.
Yeah,
I love Big Wig just shouting with his bad Wi-Fi. Marsh the bastard! Drive him to the airport! This is a good one. Half the team is still who got us promoted. What happened to Radz's 5-year plan? Right. I wanted to bring up Radrazani.
Segued perfectly again.
Another perfect segue. Rad's pre-season interview. So I was watching this today and making a few notes. So he did a pre-season interview with The Athletic, and he was talking about when he decided to sack Bielsa. And what I thought was really interesting was the first time he thought that there was a problem with Leeds and he probably going to need to sack Bielsa was against Aston Villa. And he said, we were down 3-1 after being up 1-0.
Right, okay.
It's exactly what happened against Fulham, if you remember. He said the main reason he sacked Bielsa was a lack of adaptation, which I thought was interesting because in the press conference today, Jesse Marsch was asked, are you going to change? And he said, nope. Yeah, like Liz Truss, he's very not much. Let's not get into that. I need to prioritize the club and be rational, is what he said when he sacked in his decision to sack Bielsa. And then when talking about transfers, he said, we got 5 out of the 6 targets right at the start of the window. Charles de Ketelaar was the icing on the cake. He said, we're happy and relaxed. We're confident in Joffy and Patrick. We're still looking for a 9 and a left back, but Firpo comes back soon. And we're confident in Gelhardt and Patrick. The other thing he said was the target this year, in my opinion, we've done a great job in the market. We have a very competitive team. The target I set is between 10th to 14th. If we're lucky, we're close to 10th. If we're unlucky, we're 15th. But I think we're in that range. I don't want to have any more heart attack risk. I don't have any doubt that we'll avoid a situation similar to last season. It's impossible.
10 to 14, what points? Fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. Fucking tiny Italian twat. I'm only joking. He has done some amazing things, but fucking hell, he talks shite. On what basis and what plan putting in place to get us to 10th and 14th? We could just avoided relegation on the last day last year. What's he done? He's brought in a load of players who are Marsh's players, let's be honest. He's missed out on Gakpo and De Ketelaar, which would have been the game changers in the system. So they're the two that would. I can't say I dislike Rocker, Christensen, Adams, Aronson. You know, that's not wrong. but there's no experience. We talked about this today. There's no experience in the league. You know, we're too nice to people. I could argue quite easily. Cooper, Ayling, Forshaw, Bamford could have gone for me quite easily. Me and your kid said, Ryan, Bamford will never have a season like that season again. And I hope to God I'm wrong. I'm not wishing bad on these people. Got us promoted, had that brilliant season during lockdown, which kept us all sane and happy, didn't it? And we had some brilliant times. But we keep hold of these players, and then Tyler Roberts, fucking keeping faith with him. He's not even getting in the QPR team. Dan James. This is on Bielsa. Dan James, 25 million spunked on him when we could have had Cavaratskhelia, who's gone to Napoli. We could have had Anguissa, who went to Napoli, who were running things in Italy.
I've seen one Fulham fan comment about Dan James saying Dan James is an agent sent by Leeds to ruin our season.
Striker back about Roberts. I mean, we keep faith with all these people, and they're not good enough. And then you've got people like Joffy. He's going on about Joffy. He's playing 6 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. You haven't got any faith in him. Are you playing? No. You start him instead of Bamford, who's shot to bits. You start him instead of Rodrigo, who's shot to bits. I mean, it's just bullshit. The whole club has gone from being very transparent and very honest and very straight up and down to just full of bullshit, because they've made the biggest mistake they could have made by pulling the trigger, which, I spoke to them this week about this, right? We all wanted to stay in the Premier League, didn't we? And I think it clouded people's judgment. Would it have been better, devil's advocate, to go down with Bielsa and come back up with Bielsa, which we probably would have done, learning our lessons and strengthening the squad for another go at the Premier League, than pull the trigger on him after 5 or 6 really tough games with a terrible injury record? And we spoke about this as well. Do you know what it is with him? It's ego. It's the same as George Graham with Yeboah. He didn't like the fact that Yeboah was the most popular person at the club, did George Graham. And I don't think Radrizzani liked it, that all the praise and all the adulation and all the love was all about Bielsa. It wasn't about what he'd done anymore, about him buying the stadium back and about him investing in this and that. All the love went to Bielsa, and I think he got jealous. And that's the illness of any big businessman or any big football club owner. They have to be the biggest personality in the room. And when you go in a room with Bielsa, you're definitely second. So, it's like, it's just shocking. And they're trying to catch up for that now. And like I said, show me something that is done that has put us in a position to be very confident about not getting relegated. Impossible, as he said. Or finish 10th or 14th. Go on, you tell me something he's done. Bringing players who don't know the league. Rubbish.
Oh, well, he announced Bamba Dieng.
Oh, Bamba Dieng.
Let's welcome
How much
Bamba
Dieng. By then?
We will continue to work. I need a whiskey and all that. We will continue to work on Gakpo. Now it's time to focus on the pitch and support our new project and the great job Jesse and the staff are doing. And just a word on Gakpo. Fabrizio Romano today. Cody Gakpo is doing fantastic with PSV. His transfer situation has now changed. Leeds and Southampton wanted to bid again in January, but that kind of move looks unlikely. That kind of move.
Well, there we go. We didn't think that was going to happen, did we?
Yeah. That kind of move to a club who might end up in the Championship looks unlikely. Well, fucking hell, you don't say. Colour me fucking shocked. End of the day, we sorry to keep harping on. Right, Everton, shit, sold the best player, limited manager, bought 2 fucking defenders who can defend. That's all they do. They're not fucking great.
Premier League experienced defenders, right? One who played in one of the hardest teams to break down in the league, Burnley. Fucking either plays for England, shouldn't play for England based on ability. He plays for England because he's a leader and a talker and organizer. What the fuck? Who did we buy at centre half when we need one? It's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
The thing is, we're buying players that aren't ready yet. We're buying players that are in their own respective clubs beforehand. They're out of favour. They might have been injured. They might have been on a long run in the reserves, like Firpo. And we take a punt on them. They've got no Premier League experience, and we hope that they're going to be all right. And it's like, I understand they have all this recruitment and they have all of the
metrics that they have to follow, and that there's a lot of data-driven ways of getting these players. But at the end of the day, you just need Premier League experience. And like you mentioned, you in there with Tarkowski and Cody, two defenders that are going to organise the back four, Premier League quality, and like you say, from teams like Burnley that know how to defend. And it's just
you're not going to be able to sell them for 40 million in
but it doesn't matter.
3 years.
So what if you don't?
You stay in the
What
league.
if the resale value isn't right? It doesn't matter. You need players for here and now, and here and now. We've taken too many punts on players, and dare I say, Marsh as well. You've taken a punt on him. He did shit at Leipzig.
Leipzig,
Did really well at Salzburg, but Salzburg, it's a different league. You had Haaland up front. It's different, and he did shit at Leipzig, and you're taking a punt on him to do the Red Bull style of football, which isn't. I don't think you could say it was ever going to work in the Prem. You're taking a punt on that working in the Prem, and it's just all just punts on players, punts on this, and in the hope that, like you say, they're going to get good resale value. But the likelihood is they're not, because they're out of favour for a reason. They're in a different league for a reason, and you just think a left back, a Premier League left back, that'd be brilliant. I think that would make us so much more comfortable in defence. But yeah, we've got Strike there who's a centre back. Because Firpo's so shit, we don't even want him playing. Like it's a mess.
What about
really?
Dan Burns? Another not very sparkly, not exotic name from
Doesn't need to
be. From a European club that you're taking a punt on for 10 million, and you might it's just everything seems like a chance, a gamble, and
it doesn't need to be like that, and it shouldn't be like that. If you want to establish yourself in Premier League, I'm sorry, you need Premier League players, experienced Premier League players that you're not going to take punts on. Yeah, maybe 5, 10, not even that. 3 years down the line, once you're established, start making some gambles, get some foreign players, start getting some players that are young and hungry and might do a job, but not right now. Bloody hell, especially after last season.
You can blend it in. We've got them sort of experienced players in there, and then we're going to bring in this person who's a bit of a luxury signing, or a Rafinha type player, or Sinister or whatever. But when everything you're doing is either kids, let's be honest, or
they're talking about bringing Dyke in, right? Getting rid of Marsh and bringing
a Dyke in. Well, listen, I'm all for this. I'm all for the LGBTQ +6.
Bringing Dyke in, right? Getting rid of Marsh.
Who's talking about that?
Oh God!
Twitter.
The Twitterverse. Fucking hell, pricks.
How many Dyche type players do we have?
I don't think. Well, I was just about to say when we bought Firpo, we probably could have got Charlie Taylor. I mean, I know there's a history there and not a good one, and he sort of shat on us a bit. But I'd fucking rather see Charlie Taylor at left back than Firpo all week.
Yeah.
He's played in the league for 10 years. It's like.
That was the other thing we wanted to talk about as well. It's leaders on the pitch, right? So Berardi, Alioski,
Pablo, dare I say?
Pablo,
and Pontus Jansson. He was the last kind of
Kyle Bartley
type player, wasn't he?
Yeah,
you might say him and Berardi, and do you think that disorganization would be happening? If Jansson would... No, it wouldn't, because Jansson would be... For all his, drama, it's a bit like Rafinha as well. For all his sort of eye-rolling and stropping about, and sitting by the advertising hoardings, which they both did, you need egos in your team like that. You need at least one or two, because it drags the other players forward, and just to do the basics at the back. Jansson, I think, was... I think we got rid of him far too easily. 5 million to Brentford.
5 million.
That was just stupid. Absolutely stupid.
We keep these players that we should get rid of, and then we get rid of a really good player who's, let's be honest, when he came, let's not forget, he came when Cellino was still in charge. He was a bit of a marquee signing, because rather than coming from some second division Italian team, he came from Roma, where he was sat on the bench and he wasn't getting a game. The first game he played, I remember it, we lost 1-0. I think Mooney scored, or Mooey, whatever he was called, for Huddersfield. It was quite early in the season. Moy, and he made a tackle right in front of us in the East, and my kids, me were there, and he smashed somebody into like the over the touchline, and to the crowd, come on!
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, at last, we've brought a player in who gets it. Wow.
Yeah.
We're not buying players on that rationale anymore. We're not buying players who fit that prototype anymore. You know, it's fucking Dan got you can see by the injury list, nobody's got a broken leg or a cruciate ligament. They've got a fucking poorly arse. Oh, my arse hurts a bit. Oh, I've got a bit of got a niggly tummy.
Speaking of that, Badger's made a good comment about that. Marsh's comments about the players being overtrained under Bielsa are coming back to bite him now with people out with a sore ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Badger, it's because we've had our asses handed to us all season and most of last.
Yeah.
Bigwig, we didn't hear from you. Do you want to chime in with some expletive rant?
No, I've seen some comments that are coming through as well. You know, players, and just we left a couple of positions, like we left back. Rads didn't. You know, we haven't got stuck in needed. Yeah, Rads' wallet is the biggest injury. You're not freaking wrong. You know, he's got to come out and he's got to, defend or say why. Yeah, all right, we've got Joffrey. No, right? Yeah, like you said, 6 minutes here. He don't trust him. It's as simple as that, right? Bamford, he's not going to. Now we're going down the road. We all want rid of Marsh, right? There's nobody here who wants to keep Marsh. I'm not wrong, right? And now my God, in 8 months, we've gone from Bielsa to talking about Sean frigging Dyche, yeah? And I'm sort of like convincing me saying it's the right fucking thing to do. What, tell me the logic in that, because there ain't any.
Yeah. I think for me, like our trajectory after we got promoted and had a good season, it was just up. We were loving life. Bielsa was great. The team were playing great. The stadium development was coming in. We had all sorts planned. And now you think we're on the other side of that now, and we're going down. And you think, well, we've got Marsh now. This development's fucking. I've never heard anything about that in the last year or two. You start and you're thinking now we're talking about Dyche. You think, oh my God, we were literally a managerial appointment after Bielsa, or just keeping Bielsa on, or a couple of signings away from really, really taking off like Leeds should have done. We were so close to doing it, and now I just feel like it's going down.
Warden, when we finish season, we've got the best coach in world football, bar none. The best coach. Maybe we've got one of the best coaches in the world, and they don't back him.
Yeah.
Do it again. We told him it wasn't going to happen, and they just went and fucked it. We had the best coach in the world. Give him the money. Give him the players. It's just it baffles me, honest to God. And now I fucking want Dyson now.
I mean, I was just thinking about, because we were talking about Janssen, I was thinking about, casting my mind back. I remember when Radrazani came in and bought Ellen Road, and that was such a big lift. And I thought, wow, and we signed, I don't know how many players we signed, 20 or something, but it was, it was a licorice all sorts from the bloody bonus bid. It was like J. Roy Grott and just, yeah. Victor's all sorts from Europe. But at the time it was like, finally we've got an owner. We've bought Ellen Road back. Oh my God, it's the start of a new era.
Yeah.
And
there's a saying in business, isn't there? If you don't move forward, you go backwards. So if you stand still, you go backwards. And that's the point Bigwig's making there, is that we stood still and we kind of admired ourselves and we admired our past and we had a little, we tickled our own arse and we went, oh, do you know what? We've done great. We finished 9th. We're great. Towards the end of the season, we beat Man City with 10 men. Instead of thinking, there's no crowd in there. The Ellen Road crowd are brilliant out there when they're at it, but when they get on your back and when it's fucking when they're moaning, you can audibly hear that groan when they give a pass away or whatever. particularly players who Marsh has already admitted are up for it. He's got players in the team he doesn't trust. He said that himself. So what hope have we got? I mean, you know, we did well in the season. Bamford did well in the season where he had no spectators in the ground. We haven't done well since, and we've stood still, and we've stood and watched, and we've not bought a 9, and we've not bought a left back. Firpo's not good enough. Simple.
We're not saying Karen Carney was right.
Yeah, but she was right. That's why she's been inducted to Hall of Fame this week, because she'll fucking bang
on. Yeah, but it's a weird atmosphere at Ellen Road at times, and I think it was weird on against Fulham because there was apathy. It wasn't even anger anymore, and people just left. Yeah. And I think, that is absolutely damning, because when people don't have any passion anymore, when they just give up and they just go home, that's when you've completely lost the crowd.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's not.
That's a big for him. No, that's exactly what I was going to say. That's a big factor of it not changing. If the crowd aren't on your side, what else is there?
Yeah. So I don't know what they're waiting for. What are they waiting for?
The thing is, because Orta went so far out of his way to get Marsh, and it was his man, and he was been chatting him up since Bielsa was manager and all that. I just think he's reluctant to let him go. They've backed him with his players, and what I'm hoping is they're just buying time, finding a new manager, and maybe just thinking, right, we'll give him a few games. Because if you bring in a new manager now, and you play Liverpool, you got Tottenham soon. Yeah, Bournemouth's not a bad fixture, but you've got hard games coming up, and you think if we get a new manager now, it's going to look bad, isn't it? When we get absolutely tonked by a half Liverpool team and then battered by Spurs, you think a new manager coming in it's not going to look great. So we'll just leave it to him. We'll talk to some people in the background, just like we did with him when Bielsa was in charge, and hopefully we get the international break or the World Cup break, to work on it, because there isn't actually, if you think about it, too many players leaving for World Cup. So you think if he's waiting for a manager, then it's really like another pre-season almost. So
it's only another 3. It's only another 3 losses to the World Cup.
Yeah, that's it. And fingers crossed. He does something.
Or 2 prime ministers, whichever way you want to look at it.
Four chancellors, 2 prime minister, and 3 losses.
Yeah.
And a partridge in a pear tree. And, you know what I was going to say to you as well? It's a great question. It's probably one to throw out to the people who are listening and watching, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. You get rid of Marsh. Who are we bringing in? Because you've just said it perfectly there, Sam. That's exactly what they did with Bielsa. So they let him do all the difficult games and thought, right, there's a few winnable ones coming up. Won't we look great? The ego again. Won't we look great if we bring a manager in win the next 3 games? We'll look like we've justified our decision. I mean, it must have been a difficult decision to make, getting rid of Bielsa under any circumstances. But we'll talk about ego. Victor Orta, right? Victor Orta stood outside a stadium where we looked like we were going to get relegated last year and told a bloke, without me, there's no Premier League. Fuck off. On what planet are you the reason we are in the Premier League, right? The reason we're in the Premier League was Bielsa, who you threw under a bus and you fucking went and started talking behind his back to other people and courting other people to come in and fill his job. You know, let's not beat about the bush here. Victor Orta can fuck right off, because when it came to managers, without Bielsa, who did he have?
16 years!
Yeah.
16 years without Premier League!
No Premier League! No Premier League! Yeah, who did he bring in before? Paul Heckingbottom. Fucking shite. Who's, again,
Thomas Christensen.
Flattered to deceive by getting Sheffield United top of the league after 6 games, and now the 7th.
Yeah.
And then you've got, Christensen, who was another complete punt.
From Cyprus.
What's he done before he came, and what's he? Fuck all. So this mirror, this crystal ball that Victor Orta's got, that's full of cocaine and fucking rum or whatever. it's a load of shit. It's shit.
Hey, don't you badmouth Christensen, mate? He's managing Panama. Huh?
I know, yeah. Whoa, fucking hell.
Look at what you could have won.
Whoa. Let's get the. But let's. Who do you bring in then? So we get rid of Marsh now. Right now, who do we bring in? What's your thoughts, boys? I've got a thought, but
go on,
me.
Give us
fucking me. I'll tell you I'd bring in really quickly because I know mine. Well, the problem is you don't get the World Cup to work with him, but Roberto Martinez is out of contract with Belgium after the World Cup. He's got experience in the Premier League. He kept Wigan up. He won an FA Cup with Wigan, who got relegated. He turned Everton's fortunes around with a limited budget. Good football man, decent bloke, likeable. I'd go mad. Do everything I could to see after the World Cup coming.
That's not a bad shout. We should be aiming. For managers that are actually pretty decent. You know, there's no need to be looking like Dyche. There's no need to be taking punts on anyone. We need people that are actually. You know what? Let's aim high with Leeds United, for fuck's sake. You know, you've got people like Villa who have just got. Who have they got back? Emery.
Emery, yeah.
And you think, well, they're aiming high. They're in the same position as us. Why the fuck aren't we aiming for people like that? So instead of getting some random guy from the Belgian 4th Division, let's get someone in who's got some experience and who is actually a big name. That's what I say. I know Pochettino's out of work. He's out of work at the moment, isn't he? But that's a hell of a.
He'd cost too much, I think.
He would. That's what I mean.
We're talking 20 million a year for him.
Yeah, but we should be aiming for people like that. Maybe not quite that high, but we should be aiming towards the sky, not down. And Martinez is a good shout. I like that one.
Yeah.
Big wig.
It's laughable, but Sean Dyche, honest to God, if he takes over, we won't go down. It's as simple as that. But
I can't bring myself to endorse that.
Bielsa to Dyche in 2 years. Can't do it.
The things I've said about Dyche over the years on this podcast as well. Don't forget, I've got your kids. Now run.
The thing is with Dyche, you're not aiming up. You're just sort of treading water there. We need to be getting up on that trajectory again. And I just think Dyche is, he'll keep you up, but fucking what after that? He might keep you up for the season. But what after that? And we don't have Dyche players at all.
No.
We've got too many foreigners in our team for a Dyche ball, haven't we? For a start.
Yeah.
Bamford, I'm going to fire gravel at you in the changing room at half time, you bastard.
I'll burn your fucking fancy hair off, you Tory bastard.
Yeah, I'm going to shave all your pubes off and fucking bog wash you.
What you saying, Donny?
I think we should go for someone who's attacking. I think we should play attacking football. I think we should spread the play out. I think we need to spread our wingers out. We can't just do this penis formation.
Oh, the penis formation.
But what I would say is whoever we bring in, and even if we end up sticking with Marsh, we need to back them.
Yeah.
We can't make a net profit on transfers in the summer after we've avoided relegation by a 2-goal swing. It was absolute suicide. You can't, that's not how you do business, never mind football. You need to protect your investment by investing more. Whoever comes in, they need 100 mil, 150 mil spent on new players. We need a new left back. We need an absolute beast in midfield, in my opinion, and probably a creative 10 and a striker.
Yeah, agreed.
And probably a good centre back as well, because so far they've all been hit and miss. And I know Koch has been decent, but I go back to how lucky we were when we got Radaby. We were just going for Masinga. And Masinga was like, no, I'm not coming unless you get this lad as well. And we got him for, 200,000 or something. So it was it was pure luck. We didn't even scout him. And I can't remember anybody being as good. Like, when Radaby started playing, all of a sudden, everything completely changed. And we had a captain, a leader who was just brilliant. And no offence to Cooper, no offence to Koch or Llorente, or even Strauch, who I think might be our best centre-back, but we can't play in them because we don't have a left-back.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have anybody of that quality in this era.
No.
The point about that is, Radaby came as a midfielder, got an injury, and obviously was brought back into a reserve team as a centre half. But he had the mentality to make himself brilliant. Wherever you would have played him, he had the mentality and the drive to make, and that's what we miss. It doesn't matter how much you spend. It doesn't matter what position you're supposed to play. Strike playing at left back, whatever. If you've got the mentality and the balls and the fucking minerals and the nutrients to make yourself undroppable, that only certain people have, and we don't buy those players. It's fairly evident to me we buy weak, fucking piss weak people. And I said to you today, Donny, when was the last time we bought a horrible bastard who was never injured, who dominates the midfield, who will fucking stick his finger up your ass at a corner, who'll pull your hair, who'll pull your armpit hair, who'll just go. I know there's VAR now; it's a bit different than in my day. Just somebody
you're describing sexual assault here.
Yeah, but you can do it. Yeah. When was the last time we had to that? But no, in all seriousness, I'm joking, but you can be a shithouse now, clever.
Yeah, of course you can.
Win games with gamesmanship. We haven't got anybody who's got that mentality. It's like almost like we go out in the firing line and whatever gets chucked at us, we'll take it. And it's not good enough. Yeah. The one thing, you want your team as a Leeds lad, brought up in a certain way with certain mentality and certain traits. You want your team to reflect you. And I look at that team now and I'm embarrassed, to be honest, because I think they've chucked best coach, as Big Wig said, best coach we've had since Wilkinson, possibly O'Leary, under a bus. They're chucking another manager who's nowhere near as good and has never been good enough under a bus. Yes, we need investment. Yes, we need other. Actually, you look at them on the pitch, and are they giving their all to the cause? Are they fuck? Absolutely not. And that the comparison, because if you had a Lucas Radebe who came now for £1 million or whatever and walked into that team with that mentality, he would be starting every week by in a month's time. Not we've got to break him in gently, or he's playing in 20 injured this week. He'd be playing simple as end of, playing goals. Stuart Dallas is probably a great example, isn't he, of somebody that we miss that mentality.
I miss it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, I'm really sorry I didn't get around to your comments. So there is 4 of us this week, so it's a little bit harder. But evening, everybody. Yeah. Evening, lads. Evening, Nora, says Derek. Nora's not only being able to going to comment intermittently because she's cooking a chicken pie, and let me tell you, it smells unbelievable.
Same as a bit, Nora. Don't be tight.
Everybody's still complaining about Bigwig having lots of fun. Now it just sounds like Bigwig's being censored.
Oh, you don't want to hear what we can hear, bloody hell.
Kill my hair. You'll kill my hair, that.
Sort your mic out, says Linda.
Is that your missus? Who's Linda Wignall?
No, he's not even here yet. No. Are you there, Big? No. Dash all the way. Brexit ball, says Badger. Nuno. Richie Holmes suggesting Nuno. We was never in the red with Bielsa, says John Crawford. Never in the red with Radebe either. The white rose, not the red rose. Great quote, that. We had the master in Marcelo. Let's get the apprentice in Poch. Not bad. Rumours are we're looking at the Atlanta coach, says Barney. Barney!
Not even Atalanta.
No,
Barney's here.
Yeah. All right, Barney, lad.
Gasparini, says Richie Holmes.
Yeah.
Badger says, yes, I'm joking about Daesh. I would be donating my season ticket.
Give it me, mate. I'll
Shut it down.
Ralph Ranick, says Callum Sharp. So clubs are circling around our players. Already top European clubs looking around Sinistera. PSG looking at Meslier. I heard Man United are after Tyler Adams as well, just in case you needed some positive news this week.
The little scum bastard.
Callum Sharp says, I don't know what's open Verpo playing or Prosy. What? What's open?
I don't know what's more open.
What's more open? Verpo playing or a prostitute's legs? Very nice, Callum. Trying to get us demonetized. Liam B describing Birmingham. Linda Wignall, I'm his mum. There you go. So mum.
Oh,
what a proud mum. Hello, Linda.
Hello, yeah.
Mum's in the chat, Bigwig, telling you to sort your mic out and get to bed.
Yeah. Put a coat on. Put a big coat on. It's cold out.
Yeah. Give us 3 rings.
Yeah, give us 3 rings when you get in.
All right. So I don't know how much time everybody has, but
I'm sorry, mate.
We've got 5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes. So we might move on to what's your thing, and then some final thoughts.
Can we just touch on really quickly?
Oh, penis. Yeah.
We've gone from loads of whip to this.
You want to touch on a penis, Matt?
Yes, always. It's my default position. But I know, it's a bit worrying. So we were talking about the penis formation penetrating Liverpool on the week. Let's hope they do. All that negativity is all led to us probably going into game predictions where we're going to predict that Leeds do a Forest and beat Liverpool. But
right, yeah, this is the magical thinking now.
We're shit. We're absolutely shit. Players are up to it. What's your predictions for the weekend? I think we might win 1-0.
Yeah, all these injuries are going to be good. Because it's going to take out the options for Marsh. He's going to know exactly what his lineup is going to be.
Exactly.
I hope we see Clicky. I really hope we see Clicky in midfield.
Yeah. Very optimistic, thinking he won't get injured. Before Saturday.
No, yeah. Are we going into Liverpool? Liverpool.
Talk whatever you want, mate.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, I don't see us really getting it right. Like, I maybe thought before we had all these injuries from his press conference that we maybe not stood a chance. I mean, they're not in great form, I suppose. Good win last night, but they've got a lot of injuries. Yeah. Apart from that one, they've got a lot of injuries.
Didn't they beat us in a pre-season friendly?
Yeah, but
smashed us, didn't they?
We've already established this. We're shit at pre-season. No, Napoli have battered them twice. A lot of Napoli, which I'll come on to on my thing. But
Bournemouth lost 9-0 to Liverpool, didn't they? This season, and since then they haven't
lost.
lost, undefeated.
So what we're saying is lose 9-0, and then we win some games.
Magical thinking.
Fucking do it.
Crazy.
I mean, in all honesty, lads, I'm not seeing us doing a right lot there, and especially after we've got a good chunk of our team missing. If Sinistera's out, we've just. I do like Somerville, but he's not ready, is he? He's clearly not ready, and to be chucking into a game like that, I don't see him playing too well. But I hope I eat my words, because obviously I want our players to do well, but I just don't think we stand a chance there, do we? It's at Anfield. You know, they've got injuries, but fuck me, they've still got a hell of a team even with injuries. I don't want to try and guess a score, but we're going to lose, and we're going to lose fairly badly, I'd say.
Okay, some positivity there.
Yeah.
Score predictions?
We're going to lose really badly there.
Do you want to give us your score predictions in the chat?
Yeah.
And do you want to tell me a score prediction, Bigwig?
He's thinking.
No.
He's doing it by.
No.
He's doing it in the what do you call it? The theory mime. He's miming a score prediction. Mime a score prediction.
Can't hear you, Wiggy.
4-0. 4-0.
Yeah, I had that.
4-0.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty optimistic.
This is some
go on then.
Magical thinking here. Here's the data, the information, knowledge. Okay, linking it all. Insight, or specific things. Wisdom, connecting those specific things, and magical thinking here, which is what you're doing if you're predicting anything other than Leeds losing. I think away.
Yeah.
Well, I watched the Forest game a bit. Well, some of the Liverpool Forest game today with my son, and it's Forest, been battered by everybody, rock bottom of the league until we started plummeting like a stone, and others kind of didn't move forward. But they had pace, they attacked at pace, and they had 3 or 4 runners onto they were outnumbering people at the back. I can't see where we're going to do that. that's obviously the way to get at Liverpool. And to be fair, they got away with a few, and the keeper had an absolutely outstanding game, which our keeper's well capable of doing. But that pace in attack, I mean, Lingard, and I don't know their players particularly well, but there was a young sort of West Indian who...
Awani.
Yeah, Awani, yeah.
Just awkward and horrible, and, you know... He was running from like the halfway line. I mean, Gomez had to grab hold of him twice and nearly got sent off. I just look at
Nonto, I reckon.
Yeah, where's the pace coming in our team? Where's the pace?
Somerville, Nonto.
I think with Somerville is he flatters to deceive a little bit. He's not strong. The thing about the players that Forest,
and he skies it over the bar every time
from the 6-yard box. They've got pace, but they're also strong. So if you look at people like, I don't know, Les Ferdinand, or you look at people who have got that pace, but they've actually got that agileness, that kind of awkwardness, that strength. Where's ours? We haven't got anybody who's like that. It's like, and that's the problem. I just don't see how we're going to be able to get at Liverpool. I think they'll find it comfortable.
Yeah.
We missed too many chances. Bamford's shot at the moment. You know, the Fulham game, I mean, he could quite easily have scored 2 or 3 goals at the Fulham game.
Yeah.
He could have quite easily scored at Arsenal probably twice, 3 times. He's not even getting close to it from a penalty. So, you know, no Rodrigo. Bamford's going to start up front. I could see it being 5 or 6 quite easily. And it's horrible to let's be realistic.
Okay, and I'm going to predict 3-2 to Leeds.
Oh.
I'm using my magical thinking here. Proper magical thinking. This is my magical thinking reasoning, right? We can't keep losing. Eventually we will win at some point, just by the law of averages. Magical thinking number 1.
Yeah.
Magical thinking number 2 is... the more Marsh keeps on rolling in that bingo of lineups, eventually he's gonna like monkeys on a typewriter. He's gonna come up with the magic formula.
Exactly.
I think that's what he's hoping for too. The third thing is that Liverpool have been very hit and miss this season. I think they are vulnerable. I think Milner will probably play right back, or it'll be Trent. And if you think about Harrison a couple of years ago, he made a mockery of them.
Great goal.
Down their right-hand side, which everybody is targeting. Bielsa was the first to do it, of course. But now we can make use of that. So, yeah, magical thinking. They're going to be tired from Amsterdam. Never a good place to do, you know, if you need to do anything the morning after or the next few days, not a good place to go.
Yeah, a bit of schmucky.
Yes.
That's it. What I don't know how much you're allowed to say now that you're, a member of His Majesty's
Secret Service
armed forces.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, I'm gonna go 3-2 to Leeds. There's my magical thinking. Hey,
I like it.
Have I convinced anybody?
No.
Fuck
no. Just some of your comments. I showed them on screen, but I'll let the people who are listening know. Can see us getting a footballing lesson at Anfield. Got 5-0 all over it, says Richie. It won't be a lesson, according to Marsh. We're playing really good, says Callum. There you go. It's not going to be a footballing lesson because we're playing so well already. Although some players aren't good enough and need to be thrown under the bus. 6-0 with Firpo on goal, says Callum. 4-1 to Liverpool, says Nora. Liam is hoping for a draw. 11 players behind the ball.
Bring in Dash already.
As opposed to 11 players in the middle of the pitch. And click to rile up Nunes.
Yeah,
I can see that.
That's what I mean. Bit of clicky.
The comment from the gentleman who said about it won't be a lesson. Was it Callum? He did sort of link to the fact that it was fine margins again. He does this all the time. Like, if we'd have scored the goal, if we'd have got the penalty at Arsenal, if we'd have scored that, if we'd have done this, if that one had gone across the line. If my aunt had a penis, she'd be my uncle. If my auntie had a penis, she'd be my uncle.
If some butts were pots and pans, the world would be a very strange place.
If somebody, it is small margins, but 9 times out of 10, we're coming out on the wrong side of those small margins. And the fine margins bit, if you look at Clive Woodward, England's rugby union team, it's how you gain that extra millimetre, that extra yard. And I'm looking at them thinking, well, how are they doing that? What's the secret looking formula to
Great
that?
documentary, that.
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
How they did that, the SAS training and all that.
Yeah, amazing.
Bloody brilliant documentary.
I think we look unfit as well. I'm going to say to you before, first 20 minutes we look great, and then we look blown out. There's only Aronson and Adams, and sometimes Sinisterra. I mean, even he looks a bit tubby.
Sinisterra, he looks like he's in energy saving mode, in battery saving mode. He's conserving energy, and then all of a sudden he's got the ball. He scored.
Yeah.
He's a weird one. Is Cine? He doesn't seem to track back that much either. But it doesn't matter because he's the best looking player on the pitch whenever we seem to play.
True.
Which is why the crowd were singing "What the fuck is going on" when he got.
Well, he does it all the time. He brings Rocker off every week, who's usually the best player we've got, and the only one who's playing those sort of 40, 50-yard passes through people and looking to get the ball forward quickly and actually doing it. Everybody else who looks to get the ball forward quickly loses possession. And he brings Rocker off after 60, 70 minutes every week. I think he's been one of the more positive players this year.
Richie Holmes has asked, if Bamford starts and we get a penalty, does Bamford take it? Richie, it's Anfield, mate. We ain't getting any penalties there.
Yeah, I was going to say it.
Yeah, it's very true. Although, unless Klopp lets us have a penalty, when he's assistant ref,
because he's best mates with Jesse Marsch as well. Jesse mentioned him about 3 times today. It's like we were saying today. Yeah, I mean Clark. When they had when Bielsa was in charge, we said it today that Bielsa would have said, when they asked him about the Liverpool game, what are you going to do for Liverpool? You'd probably been sat there listening to the whole analysis of how they were going to beat Liverpool. And you probably would have listened to every word being translated by whoever you'd have listened to. He got asked about, what do you do for Liverpool to try and get a result? And he went, what's the weak points of Liverpool? What's the weak points of Liverpool? Oh, fuck off. At least take it seriously. At least watch some videos or something and come back with a great analysis of how we can actually beat Liverpool like Bielsa would have done. No, instead he just laughed it off as if to say there are no weak points. Well, there you go. That's why we're getting beat every week.
Well said.
Okay, and Bremner's Ghost has said Liverpool 0, Leeds 1 with a Milner own goal. Love that. Fist to the chest.
Yeah, just Milner.
To the away fans, that'd be great. And R. Riley is mentioning that Leeds need to switch tactics. 4-3-3-3, 4-3-3, 5-2. He reckons. Massive transfer window needed in January. I think we all agree with that. Right then, final thoughts, gentlemen, before I go off and devour this pie. It's a chicken pie, by the way.
Man, I'm jealous about your pie. I'll start. Do you know what? I feel better after that. I needed that. It's been out for a long time. I've missed chatting to you lads, and I feel better for that. I needed that. I don't feel any more positive about Leeds. Let's not go too far, but I feel better having talked about it. I don't expect us to be doing much at the weekend. I'm sorry, and in terms of Marsh, look, the sooner the better he's out. I just don't have any faith anymore. The players don't have any faith in anymore. Let's hope that a miracle happens on Saturday against Liverpool. I just can't see it. But look, it's how much worse can it get? Put it that way. How much worse can it get?
A lot worse.
A lot fucking worse. A lot fucking worse.
Really?
But I'm hoping something can happen on Liverpool, but I just don't think it will. But let's see what's happening. Let's see what names we're going to get linked with managerial wise, and let's hope it's not just some random guy. Let's hope it's a bit of experience. But yeah, much love to you both, to you three. Sorry, it's been great to be back.
Much love to you both, and then just leave us without. Like we don't know which ones. Okay, like he likes one of us.
One of you can fuck off. Hey, fight for it.
I just want to know where Warden's got his matching hat and curtains from.
Yeah, fully.
That's some fucking. That's a dream. That.
Yeah.
And a complimentary hat with your curtains, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Beautiful. Thanks very much. Cheers. No, it's good to have you back, Warden. And thanks for all you've been doing for the country and carrying coffins and.
Yeah. Didn't even talk about that, did we? Thank you for your service.
No, it's mad. We've got a Queen's coffin bearer. He's holed up in some underwater fucking secret bunker, and we haven't even met. Beep, beep. Beep.
Hunt for Red October here.
Scramble, Waddy.
40 hours you were up, weren't you? 40 hours you were awake. Something like that.
For the Queen's funeral?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about that, mate. Yeah, it was pretty fucking minging. But yeah, it was a weird one because I don't think I'll ever do something on that scale again in my career, and I'm only 8-9 months into my career, so it's
might as well retire now, eh?
Retire, mate. I've peaked. But no, I'm not much of a royalist. I'm not going to say, but to do something on that scale, in front of billions of people, not many people can say they've done that. So it's such a proud moment for me and my family, and it was just an absolute honour. And I was on telly fucking loads as well, which was just crazy.
Yeah,
which is just
watching
crazy.
all the time. It's like it's the Queen's funeral. Everybody's looking at the coffin, and we're like, "Where's Where?"
Yeah. Oh man, honestly, I had half an Northallerton messaging me about it. It's mad, but I guess the camera was on the side I was on, so it was just quite lucky where I got placed in the pulling the Queen. But yeah,
pulling the Queen. Listen, fucking keep that to yourself, RKID.
Hey,
they'll kick you out double quick.
Yeah. Probably best avoided that topic. Matt?
Yeah.
Big Wig.
Oh, yeah. Do Wiggy.
Wiggy?
Go on, Wiggy.
Can't hear you, mate.
It's sign language, mate.
Yeah. Maybe type it in, or you can't hear a fucking word, Wig. So I'm sorry, mate.
Type it in chat.
Sorry,
Type it in chat.
We love you, Wig.
We love you, Wiggy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Just swear in silent. It looks brilliant. I'll tell you what I was going to say to you.
I saw the shit.
One thing I will say to you, Big Wig, is we'll have to get a drink in over Christmas like last year because it was good, wasn't it? So we'll sort that out.
I'm home for 3 weeks over Christmas, so I'll get involved on that.
Let's get some organised. There you go. That's
definitely.
What we
I gutted I didn't get to see you lads last year, so I still haven't met any of you in person. So I'll be down for that. 100%.
Let's do it.
Nice. Right. Don't do anything that will compromise the security or integrity of the nation, is all I'd say, because, Able Seamen's got some standards
Seamen's
to uphold.
to Able.
Hey. Matt, final thoughts, my friend.
Final thoughts. I'm sorry that we're so miserable. There's the 3 miserable bastards, or the 4. There'll be 4 miserable bastards.
Great podcast idea, by the way.
Great.
Yeah.
We could do that, as a separate thing.
I fit right in. My hate for technology and everything podcasts and Leeds United at the moment would be brilliant. But I just want to sort of say that no upsides. There's nothing fucking good going to come out of this. We're fucked, basically. And just resign yourself to it. Enjoy the ride. Let's get the gallows humour back out instead of leaving at half time or leaving early. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to say is the only thing that's keeping me sane at the moment is Napoli. So my team in Italy, Napoli, as you all know. And just ace. But you know what it is? It's kind of like, it's disappointing because it's like the team that I want to have here. I want to see a team that have no fear. Whoever they play Ajax battered them. Just amazing. They just have no fear. They've got a system that works. They play players in the right place, and they're beating people all over the shop. So I think there's a bit of a grudge or a final game in the Champions League groups against Liverpool next week. But
sorry, I've just got Big Wig's final thoughts. There you go. We're shit. Yeah. Marsh is shit, and my Wi-Fi is shit.
It's all shit. Everything's shit. Fuck it.
Get Dyson.
Yeah, get Dyson. So Napoli a race. Napoli. Go on, Napoli. And Leeds are shit. And at least that's keeping me relatively sane. And obviously the other thing worth saying is that we've got a World Cup in a horrific country that really should be hosting a World Cup to come as well. So, there's the upside. We could take our minds off Leeds by watching a really boring England team play in a country that should never be hosting a World Cup.
Not utilising their attackers.
Okay, final comments then. Gail says how depressing it all is. Come on, Gail.
Sorry, Gail, mate. You're usually the uplifting one, mate.
Yeah, chin up, Gail. Come on. It's not that bad. It's pretty bad, but 5K Leeds fans in Liverpool and Manchester on Saturday night. What can possibly go wrong?
I did think that. It was the early kickoff, wasn't it? But Klopp's had a run, and it's now the late kickoff, so that's going to be interesting.
What do you think of the kickoff time? Says Liam.
Very sensible.
Yeah,
dangerous.
I think that late on a Saturday night. I don't know. Mind you, makes more sense than that late on a school night, doesn't it?
Yeah, true.
Thanks for another great stream, Leeds Forever, Matty. Thank you, Liam. Thanks. It's a pleasure. I know it doesn't seem like it. 4 miserable bastards today and all that, but it's all shit. Could have been worse. We could be playing in London. There you go.
Yeah, I like that.
And Gail, I'm seeing average teams defending well and attacking well, and then us.
That's what I was going to say to you. I'm looking up the league at Fulham, Brentford, fuck everybody, Bournemouth even, thinking, I wish we were them. I wish we had 15 points. I wish we had 13 points.
Yeah.
It's fucking embarrassing. Anybody who's a custodian of this club at the moment, as much as you go ups and downs, it's in the song, and you have to stick together and all that. Should start we had. How you can't build on that, and how there's no confidence in the team to go on. I mean, I don't think the stop-startness of it with the Queen's funeral, that's your fault, Warden. All that kind of stuff going on helped us because it kind of disturbed the momentum. But to not have that backroom staff that seems to be motivated, we touched on his set pieces, which we won't go into now, but we can't defend or take a set piece for fucking toffee. And apparently it's Jackson's job. You were saying today, Donny, it's his job. To sort of
it is.
Yeah, I hate to call out Mark Jackson because he's the local lad and everything, but yeah.
He's not a set piece coach, so what do you expect? You can't just, you know what I mean? You can't just get someone who's already there. Oh, do you fancy set pieces? Yeah, you big lad, aren't you? Yeah. Get him in.
We tried one the other day where I was saying to Donny, I watched my lad played a game the other day where they took a really interesting free kick where the lad who ran over the ball ran down the side of the wall and they passed it to him and he scored. We tried it on Sunday, and fucking Harrison overhit the pass. I mean, you can't.
One of those.
Yeah, that was part of that.
Those penalties that they used to do in MLS. There's that video, and Marsh is taking one, and it's almost like from the center spot. That's basically every corner kick that we get. Is like one of those penalties for the opposition because we're going to immediately give it away and then they're going to be on the break. It's shocking, isn't it? Anyway, we could go on forever, but we'll leave it there. So if you liked this stream, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe on YouTube and any podcast player, tell your friends about it, and tattoo our logo onto your Glutamus Maximus.
Hey, give us 5 stars on Spotify and all that bollocks as well.
Oh yeah. Thanks. I always forget about that.
Get involved. Do stuff.
Yeah.
Do stuff. Go on.
Or 1 star and tell us, that we're 4 miserable bastards. Right then, hoping for a miracle, and we'll see you next week.
I believe in miracles.
Where you gone?
You sexy.